us at Toyota Park or online as we introduce Dutch forward Michael Leeuw to the club. Alongside him today are Fire General Manager Nelson Rodriguez and Fire Head Coach Veljko Paunovic. We're going to open with a statement from Nelson Rodriguez.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you all for attending today. It's an exciting day for our club and for the fans of the Fire to finally and formally introduce Michael Leeuw as our new member and our new forward. You know, our pursuit of Michael was a lengthy one, and in the end, we were fortunate to capture Michael ahead of some other clubs from around the world. We're excited by what Michael will add to our club. We found Michael, incidentally, through our scouting of Johan Kapelov. And in watching Groningen play several times, our attention kept being drawn to Michael and his efforts on the field. And what excites us the most is we think we've added another important piece to the championship program that we're trying to build. Now, I want to be clear, while we have high hopes and expectations for Michael and for his play with our club, he's not a savior. He is just an important piece to what we're trying to build through a deliberate and thoughtful process. You know, one can easily look at his goal-scoring record as an indicator of his abilities, but as we've spoken in the past, we first look at the man and then the player. And we are thrilled to add Michael's winning character to our locker room. He wanted this challenge, and that was very important to us. He selected us as much as we selected him. We believe that he is a champion. His name in Dutch means lion, which I think is apropos, for you will see a real predator in the box, one who hunts down goals at every turn. And I believe that with some of the other pieces that we've added, we continue to build a winning locker room. I would only ask that the fans be patient. Acclimation to Major League Soccer is difficult. This is not an easy league. There are no easy games. This is the most competitively balanced league in the world, top to bottom. But I'm sure, given time, our fans will come to love Michael's personality on and off the field. With that, I just want to formally welcome Michael to the club. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now go to Veljko Paunovic for a prepared statement.
Thank you, Frank. Well, obviously, we are all very happy and excited to have Michael with us. We believe he can help us on our offensive side to improve, especially our numbers and our performance. We also believe that Michael is very experienced, and his soccer lifestyle will help and positively influence our locker room, especially young players. We have a 5 weeks plan for Michael for this period until he can play official games in July. So he's right now in a stage week 2 with the preparation. We believe that plan will help him to adjust well for demands and level of the league. So we are very, as I said, very, very excited. We also, on the side of the staff and the locker room, I want to say welcome, Michael, and good luck with Chicago Fire. Thank you.
Thank you, Pauno. Michael, statement from you.
First of all, I'm very happy to sign here, very happy to be here finally. I'm like a 9.5 a player. I like the box. That's more my the area where I like to play, and so I hope that we play a lot of attack. And no, again, I'm very happy to be here.
Fantastic, thank you. We'll now open the floor up for questions from media. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone. Start with Guillermo Rivera, Fire Confidential.
Hi, Michael. You mentioned that you're a 9.5 player. You see yourself more as a lead forward, or sort of an underneath player, or a creative midfielder? You played a lot of different positions at Groningen. What do you think is your best spot?
Yeah, it's more like you have a 9 and a 10, and I'm very good at in between. But I can also play in the role of number 10 or in all the positions are I can play good. So for me, it doesn't matter really which part.
You turned down a contract extension from Groningen. What went into that decision, and why Chicago?
Well, I'm 29 right now, and for me it was also I played for 4 years, and it's good to how do you say get a new environment so you stay hungry. With Groningen everything was the same, so now I got a new environment, and yeah, and also it's a good way for me to develop in another country.
Michael, I'm Warren Schwartz with the Daily Herald newspaper. This is a club that's been looking for a consistent scorer over the last couple of years. Do you feel you can fill that role?
Well, in the last couple of years, I made my goals. I know I'm a player. I'm gonna make my goals, but I don't wanna say numbers because I don't want to put a lot of pressure. But I know I'm gonna make goals, and yeah, rather be soon than late. I think
Soon and often is what we would
soon.
prefer.
Okay, soon. Yeah. Sorry for my English.
And this is a club that's in last place right now. Can you help this club get out of last place and maybe even get into the playoffs this season?
Well, I hope so. It's we only have one way, and that's up, so we can't go down. So
Next up, Dan Sandro Almeida, CSN Chicago.
Michael, what was your awareness of MLS before you started talking to the Fire?
the only thing I heard about was Johan. I spoke a lot with Johan, and he told that that's more physical than in Holland, and of course the level is with players like Drogba, players like Kafelov, and and Pirlo. There are big players in the league, so the level is of course is high.
How you feel right now from 1 to 100?
It's a big scale.
How do you mean in like if I'm fit or? Well, I had some holiday because my season ended 15th of May, and the coach already told what they expect and what they're gonna do with me the next couple of weeks. But I'm feeling fit. I don't have any injuries. It's just I have to be fitter and game ready.
Jeff Krause, Fire Confidential.
Pano, knowing what Michael's strengths are, saying that he's that kind of 9.5, 9-10 type player, is that where you intend on playing him? Do you have more of an idea of, you'd like to see him more as an attacking mid, or do you have more of an inclination to put him up top as a forward?
Well, as you can see so far, we were playing in different formations, and he can fit in any of those. I believe that he's a great fit because he can play as a number 9, as a number 10. Right now we are playing in a formation 4-3-1-2. He can occupy any of those three positions in attack. He's more, as he said, he's more the guy who we have to bring the game close to the goal in a box where he feels comfortable. So we have to manage to do that. In that order, we believe that we can have the full potential of Michael. So for us, we are going. Of course, he will play in all those three positions that I mentioned, and that's the best way how we can see him, that we can have him performing well.
Back to Guillermo Rivera, Fire Confidential.
Michael, at 29, you mentioned you wanted to have another venture in another league in MLS. At 29, do you see this as a long-term stop for you, a potential permanent home outside of the initial contract?
Don't know. First, I signed for 2.5 years, and first I wanna develop myself, and I don't want to how do you say beyond that. First time I want to see this 2.5 years and see if we reach our goals, and then after that I don't know.
John Wilkinson, Soccer by Ives.
Johan, how do you deal with joining a team mid-season. You know, you're someone who's been in the same place the last 4 years. Kind of how are you approaching this? You know, maybe what Johan has told you, how you're working with them. What do you have to do to join in and make that half year not, you know, work well, I guess?
Yeah, nah. I can play my first game on the 10th of July, so I have
Ninth.
till 9th of July. Oh.
Yeah, we're not missing that
Okay,
game.
okay. Then I will be one day late. Okay. No, I can adapt, and I get to know of the players, get to know of everyone, of the city, of the. So for me, it's also good that I can play then. I want to play tomorrow, and because I want to show Chicago, show everyone what I can do, what my capabilities are. So, but it's yeah, I feel fit, so I think it's no problem to blend in.
May I step in? Yeah, I would just like to say that we will take these 5 weeks that we have for Michael as he's used to do in Europe pre-season, where he will have 5 weeks of preparation for the whole season, and we are taking this period where he can't play official games. We will do the same. We want to have him fit. We want him to get to know the players, the city, as he said. But the most important of everything is to prepare him well, mentally and physically, of course, because, as I said before, the demands and adjustment for these leagues are huge, and it's going to be a hard time for him for sure to adapt. But he's a great guy. You can see just his numbers. You can see him play. He's a great player, and we believe that he will do that great.
The other thing, if I may just add, that I think is a benefit that we glean this year that perhaps we wouldn't have in previous years is that the European seasons ended earlier because of the Euros. So that's worked well, plus the 2 weeks off for Copa America. Michael has known he's coming to us for a while, so I think that can help in little ways that might make big differences.
And then, you know, Nelson said he doesn't want you to be the savior, but it is a team that's struggled to get goals from center forwards. You know, I know some center forwards love that kind of challenge. Is that something you're looking forward to, or do you try not to think about it and just try to go and get your goals, or do you want that pressure?
No, I don't. If the team achieve the goals, then the team's always on the first place. So of course, I want if I score, I'm happy. But most of all, if we win, if we win, then we are happy. So that's the most important thing. And yeah, I hope I contribute with goals or with games. Yeah.
Guillermo?
Have you had a chance to watch many of the Fire games, and have you thought about how you might fit in your offensive skills with David Akam and Kennedy Guanani?
Sorry again.
Have you had a chance to watch many of the Fire's most recent games, and have you thought about how you might fit in and your style of play with David Akam and Kennedy?
Yeah, I watched some games, but yeah, it's difficult to see it. Then when you're on the training on the training pitch, then you can see and see yourself playing with them, and then you can show what you can do. But yeah, no, on the television it's hard to tell because you don't see everything. So.
Any more questions? Orn?
Nelson, can you give us an update on Gilberto, please?
I will, and it's Michael's Day, and I would prefer it to be Michael's Day, but Gilberto continues to complete his individualized training. I have not had any discussions with his agent in the past week, and when we have further news, we'll share it. He will not be in the panel for selection for tomorrow.
All right, with that, we'll conclude the press conference. Thanks again for joining us, everybody. We'll now have a photo op. Michael, we've got a jersey and a scarf for you. Hang tight right there.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.